right, Monday the 28th of October was the date for the Ballon d'Or ceremony in Paris. And it was a bit of a weird one, with the entire Madrid organization, Real Madrid organization, promising not to be at the ceremony. Why? Because Vinny Jr., um, well, it was leaked that Vinny Jr. was not going to win the Ballon d'Or. And so the entire organization decided not to show up. Um, I mean, this today's conversation should be purely around Rodri, but we'll talk a bit about Madrid. Don't go anywhere. All right. So it was clear that the Ballon d'Or was taken over by Real Madrid's decision to boycott the ceremony. Well, I mean, I feel like there might be a bit more to their boycotting the ceremony as a result of their hounding by Barcelona at the Bernabeu, um, a night before. Or was it a couple of nights before now? Don't necessarily recall, but 4-0 to Barcelona. It could have been a lot more, but to be fair, Madrid, if they took their chances, could have been a much closer game and could have been a game that shaped out very differently if Vinny Jr. had taken the chance that he got, I think, in the 15th minute, in the first half, and Mbappe, if he just found a way to stop being, offside and timing his runs perfectly, maybe it would be a different conversation. Maybe the fact that they didn't win the Ballon d'Or wouldn't have hurt as much. Um, so it's all I can say about that. It's classless. I think this shows where Madrid are in their minds or in their heads. Um, there is, I mean, for no doubt about it. Like, I respect the team. I respect what has been done, what the team has done over the past few seasons to win the Champions League as frequently as they've done in the past few seasons is not normal. Like, it's not. I mean, Manchester United fan, it's definitely not normal, even for the teams in Europe, in the teams in the English Premier League. Um, it's just out of this world. Even Barcelona can't boast of that. So for the Real Madrid organization to boycott the Ballon d'Or, that was a bit of a big deal. But I think that was just classless by them. Again, I've given props to Madrid. I've talked about how big they are. I've talked about how consistent they've been in the Champions League. I've talked about. I've not yet talked about how good they were last season in the La Liga, because they were really good. Bellingham was having a great season. You know, Vini was having also had a great season. Vini is having a great season this season as well. But again, there are other factors that are considered for any player to win the Ballon d'Or. And for me, this season, Rodri just ticked all the boxes. Won the Nations League with Spain, won the Euros with Spain, won the Premier League with City. Um, I think quarterfinal of the Champions League with City. Of course, they were dumped out by Madrid. Everyone thought he was going to win the Ballon d'Or last year. That's Rodri. And despite the fact that he scored the winning goal at the final of the Champions League, but he didn't. But City didn't throw tantrums. Like, it's so unbelievably what's the word, entitled. Madrid are so entitled. It's unbelievable. I mean, at the end of the day, they did win the best team of the year. Their manager did win the best manager of the year. Um, so it's a bit weird that everyone in the organization will get behind Vinny. Like, it feels like Vinny controls everything there. But again, maybe they want to use this as like mob mentality, us against them, pick up their season and get running. But I mean, I don't think this fixes Madrid's back line. It's been shambles. They've defended like schoolboys, and it was only a matter of time before they paid for it and Barcelona punished them. But anyway, back to the Ballon d'Or. I do think that Rodri was deserving of this. I mean, in the words of the great Paul Scholes, um, anyone who doesn't think I need to get this quote just right. So give me a minute to just pull it up because it was brilliant. I thought it was one of the most brilliant quotes I've heard about the whole situation. Because there were arguments on both sides about the fact that that Vinny should win it. But again, I've watched Vinny. I don't think he's. I mean, he's entertaining to watch, but in terms of like the complete footballer, he's just not there. And in the words of the great Paul Scholes, I think Rodri lights up the stadium for educated football people. And I will just leave that there because that just says it all. The kind of impact that Rodri has on the football pitch, I don't think Vinny has the same. Yep, he scored. Not he didn't he wasn't the one who led to take the game in the final in the Champions League final by the scruff of the neck. We could argue that Cavallal was the one who won that game for Madrid as he scored the breakthrough goal and Vini put the icing on top. But again, Bellingham really did have a better season as a Madrid player than Vinny Jr. Bellingham was the big boy for last season, but Bellingham didn't have a good Euro tournament. If he did, there probably would be no conversation about Vinny because I feel like Bellingham is a much more impactful player than Vinny. Vinny is an entertainer. He's someone that you would like, on your team to unlock stuff when things are when they seem a bit tight. But I mean, who would I rather have, a Vinny or a Kevin De Bruyne? The answer to that question just says it all. Rodri is the deserving Ballon d'Or winner. And to Madrid, um, lick your wounds and please get back on the pitch and fix your back line. It's embarrassing how you're defending these days. And that's it from me. Thank you so much for joining. So please, it'll be nice if you could just hit the subscribe button and also hit that notification bell to get a notification every time we come out with a new episode. Thank you so much for joining me and see you on the next one.